Hey, this is the first video I'm making. This is 9 to 5 to rich with stocks. I've been in the market since 2020 of August. Saw a little Robinhood thing, got about 10 grand from unemployment, most money I ever had in my life. So I'm like, oh, what can I do with it? I'm not just going to be like my friends, spend it, and let me see what I can do with this. So I got into the stock market, and I got in about when COVID started. And I started investing very heavily when COVID started, and I just ate up all those dip buys, sold too early and didn't wait it out. So you can see the little spikes here, and I lost a shit ton of money. And recently I was down 20K, and look at that. I've made back over 11 grand since the lowest point, and I've added a ton of money. I was about 10K right here, and I lost about 6 7K of it, and I just kept adding more and more. Lost a little bit, made some back, and now we are at beautiful highs. And this is my track record past 8 months. And also, excuse the background noise, past 8 months I've been nonstop making money. It's the one day, so my 1 week chart, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, I'm up 4K, 13.8% the past year. It's a beautiful 1 year chart. Look at that. Just up and up. And all time. This is not how much buying power I have. I am pretty much all cash right now. You can see right here how much I'm up. That's what you can see here. IRA, Roth IRA. I'm not really putting money into this because I don't want to wait until I'm 65 to take this out. So I'm only going to leave this much money in there. And look at that. Bought it super long ago, and that's up. Thank you. That's somehow up. That's barely up. This is my positions. So what I just did, I just sold 100 shares. I bought 100 shares at 185, and I lowered my cost basis by buying some more shares when it was down to 184. So I had a 185 to 1. I had a 184 average, and I sold the covered call on 100 shares of Amazon, which was $18,500. And with that, I profited $900. Oops. I profited $900, and because I got the premium and then the $100 difference from the $1 from 184 to 185 when I sold 100 shares. And I can do that again. And I did it at 185 right around 1 month ago. Where are we? Bought it around here. Bought it around 185. I'm like, okay, we're at like a tipping point here. Probably at some type of tipping point. And either going to drop back down, or you look at and see, is everything pretty bullish? Is this Amazon stock? Yes, it is. So I buy the dip. And what happened? I was prepared for it to go lower. If it went lower, I would have sold my shares or I would have kept my shares, but I would have made the $900 because I sold the covered call. And if it went higher, which it did, I would have sold my shares instead of keeping my shares and just keeping the premium. I sold my shares at 185, and I kept the premium. And I'm fine with selling the shares because I put the strike above my average. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that later on. I'll sell another covered call on 100 shares. But right now, we're talking about how to make money and how to make money long term. Okay, these are my positions. Total percent change. You can see my scale of buying. It's okay. I've been up 60% on Tesla, and I took profits and messed around. But right now, I'm waiting till Tesla goes back down to, roughly this area here. I'm waiting for like a 230 support, or more likely 200. I would love to buy at 200 right here. This is where I'm waiting as well. So I'm not buying any Tesla right now. You can see my most recent Tesla buys. 213, 213, 213, 217, nice timing. 218 average, and I waited it out. We're up 14%. Meta up 160%, 110% on NVIDIA. This is after raising my average. I'm going to buy $1,000 or $500 worth of NVIDIA when Nancy Pelosi buys it. A while ago, I bought it. That's what happens. Meta up 160%. I'm going to buy some Meta when they changed the name from Facebook to Meta. Okay, I'm like, the stock was down at the time, and I'm like, it's probably going to be up from here. So I bought some, and I sold it. I trimmed it down, and this is all I have left from taking profits when I was up like 50 or 60%. And maybe I should have held later, longer. I would have had that gain. Let's see, and then we have a little bit of stuff here, and this is my largest loss, besides certain options I did back in the day when I was doing some risky stuff. But yeah, down 6K on that. Never going to buy a Chinese car company again. This is one of the lessons I've learned from my experience. And the way I made all this money back from the low doesn't look like much, but on the 1 year, pretty beautiful. With selling covered calls, being safe, and now you can see where's my money. You can see where's my money. Your equity. Here you go. So there's about $2,000 in there, 1,300, 167, 400, 400, 1,600, about 300, about 4,000, 1,000. So there's about $10,000 in investments right now. Buying power, $25,000, roughly $25,000. Okay, and that comes out to 34K, which you see here. So the $25,000, what am I going to do with that in order to make more money? What I'm going to do is look at the safest play in the book. What's the safest, absolute safest play in the book? SPY, or VOO, which is slightly cheaper than SPY when it comes to certain fees, just a tiny bit. And I'm always told VOO is better, so okay, we'll buy VOO. But SPY is exactly the same if you want to buy SPY. So we look here and we say SPY typically is a buy after a 5